Now, the report identifies four different situations. One is the situation of sectors where the competitive advantage that Europe might have had 20 years ago is gone. It's gone completely, and there is no way to recapture it unless through an immense subsidy with a big cost for the taxpayer. An example of that is solar panels. Then there is another situation, another contingency, where you really care about keeping jobs in Europe. And you don't care so much where this technology comes from. And there, the response is to encourage foreign direct investments into Europe, or simply welcome them, and they would keep jobs in Europe with a technology that doesn't come from the European Union. And then you have a third sector where you really have to ask yourself, would I want to have this piece of production of technology produced elsewhere? And you want to protect the resilience of the production chain. So you want to make sure that production, in case of wars, in case of trade disruptions. Let me give you an example. Years ago, a very important steelmaker, European steelmaker, had relocated a special steel production somewhere else, in another part of the world. This steel is necessary to produce a transformer which enters into many different technologies. When the Houthi disrupted trade during the period in which that disruption was so intense, this piece of steel could not be imported in Europe, and the production of transformers had to be suspended for a long period of time. I found that a very telling example of why you want to retain certain productions for the sake of security. It's quite clear that we didn't have these problems about, say, 5 years ago, when we thought that all countries were more or less friends. And so we were pretty secure about the geopolitical and economic supply chains, supply lines of production. And then you have a fourth instance, when you have the infant industry. In other words, you want to have a small industry, you want to develop technology, you think it has great potential, but it could be easily destroyed by state-sponsored competition from abroad and subsidies.
Thank you very much. I'll take a few other questions.